Welcome and good evening, guys. This is the Innervated Ghost Gamer Show, all about Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. I'm your host, as usual, Radoslav Kolev, and joining me are the most wonderful people in esports, if you disregard every other person in esports. These are actually Sumadin, Matthias, and Chiv. Guys, how are you feeling tonight?
Trying to figure out who needs to oil their chair. Jesus Christ.
Not me.
Oil the what?
Oil their chair.
I think it's Stefan.
Yeah.
Me, probably.
Oh
this
my god,
chair
that thing is noisy as fuck. Yeah.
Like, it's a neat physique one that I bought, but yeah, I've had it for a lot of years.
Other than that, I'm like exhausted physically and mentally. Holy crap. It's been a rough weekend, guys.
Yeah. But I am excited about what's to come this weekend, and a lot of that we'll cover on this show. Apologies if my voice is going down. I think I'm coming down with something. I've literally gone worse in health in the last hour, so we'll stick together and get through the show, give you the best experiences possible. But yeah, it's been good week, and it's been we'll have an even better week this these coming days. We get a lot of exciting stuff coming on. But first of all, let's start with something that's not esportsy. Blizzard just announced a thing called the Welcome Bundle, which is for what was it? $10?
Yeah, 5.
Oh, $5. You get.
Yeah, it's 50 cents per pack.
Yeah, you get 50 cents per pack. Yeah, you get 10 packs, and you're guaranteed 1 class legendary. So this is a great value for money, actually, right? Isn't it?
No.
Wait. Can we as people who've played this for a while get this ourselves?
Everyone
Yes.
can.
Yeah, everyone can, but only once. Only
Take
once.
my money!
Yep. This is the kind of things they can do when classic packs have literally no value, or very little diminished value for seasoned players. They can easily do this kind of stuff.
I think the classic set will always hold an intrinsic value way more than any of the expansion sets will.
And
it's gonna be in for a
everyone
while.
hates that.
I mean, even as an experienced player, I would buy this, because even if I get a repeat legendary, I can just disenchant it and craft a shitload of cards that I don't have.
Oh.
And this is for
Or
$5.
get a golden yog, or whatever.
No, you cannot get a golden yog.
No. Make
This
it.
isn't Batstone,
Make a
motherfucker.
golden yog? No, I'm not that kind of an asshole, man. I mean, I will just.
Wait, this isn't Batstone, motherfucker.
I mean, I will sell your sister to I don't know, to the Middle East or something, but I will not craft golden yog. I have self-respect. Like if I do villainy,
Wait,
it's going to be
since
classic
when?
villainy.
Since when?
I mean, come on, just let me pretend for a while. Yeah.
Okay,
Again,
but back to the topic. Yeah, it's a clever move. It's easy to make, right? Yeah, it's not that difficult to come up with something like this. You just have a one-time amazing deal. People buy it, and people are like, "Oh well, I bought packs one time anyway. Let me buy more or whatever." And yeah.
But let me ask you this: is this indicative of possibly they need to generate more cash flow? Are sales down? Are people losing interest?
Well, I think that it might be that newer players are sooner quitting playing Hearthstone because the entry level is so high, and they don't have any basic cards, so that Hearthstone. No, I don't think it's really money flows specifically, but it is, I think, a way to keep more players hooked to the game for longer. Because when I started just after GVG, and I already was like, oh damn, there's so many cards I don't have, and I cannot imagine for players now what it must be like.
I mean, this is, I think it's a perfectly fine move to get players who are, disencouraged on the entry level, as you said, Tom, but not just people who started playing and realize, oh, there are a shitload of cards, but those who are doing research and are just scared by the sheer amount of shit that's in the game, right? This is why I don't want to play any other TCG other than Hearthstone, right? Because I know what kind of investment it is even before I start playing it. But if I know that, oh, I can get into the game, spend like ridiculous low amount of money, $5 is nothing, and I get a lot of cards, and I'm guaranteed one legendary. At least I have a starting point. And okay, disenchant this legendary.
Yeah.
It's great, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
you don't even have to do it if sales are down. I'm not sure about the sales in Hearthstone, or if there's like a outflow of players or whatever. But even if there wasn't, I still would do it if I was a game developer, right? Because why the hell?
This is a classic move of.
They might even like extend to further, further deals that like in the future you'll see. Okay, you can get classic packs and 10 packs of the latest expansion plus 2 guaranteed legendaries for $12 or whatever. Yeah, I don't know, but it's an easily exploitable thing to do.
There's another thing that they could easily do as well. Since every year we have a world championship, what you do is you take the decks that the world champion won with, and then all of a sudden you turn them into gold, and boom, you put that whole, like, each one of those decks up, and you can sell that for, like, say, $50. Would you pay $50 to get that deck completely golded out? There are a lot of people who would.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, I would...
Exactly.
I mean, I wouldn't, but I suppose many people would, yeah.
That's because you're poor.
Yeah.
No, it's because I don't like golden cards, except for legendaries.
You are in the minority, sir.
So you're poor
Yeah.
and boring, okay.
No, I only like golden legendaries. I disenchant every golden except for legendaries.
So what we have to do is hope that somebody wins with a Malkazar deck. With nothing but top-end shit.
Well, people are actually playing it. Ness won the Truesil or the Bedstone.
Yes, he did!
Open qualifier with a Malkazar Warrior.
You should have seen the Discord chat. I lost to Malkazar Warrior. I'm going to go kill myself now. GG, boys.
Like you lost to Ness, right? And it's like, he's good. So.
It's like.
Oh man, but we'll get to that topic.
At what point can you blame ING for this? It's like, no, it's literally so slow and value based that it's like, what are you going to complain about? It's
I mean, he played
Apparently
the classical fatigue warrior, man, because, I got shit legendaries from Malchazar, well, I'm just gonna golden monkey them, be like, woo, good cards now. And I have 5 extra
Apparently
cards.
the most common thing people said to him when they were playing up against him, when the Malkazar procced its little thing at the beginning of the match was, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. This guy's in the finals. What?
but,
Oh god, I don't even want to get started on that one. Woo. All right, but moving on.
Yeah. So welcome bundle, good thing.
Yes, very good thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments on this? Stephanie wanted to say something, I think.
no, not really. Like, it's lovely to see that kind of
Yeah.
creativity.
Yep.
Creativity in capitalism.
Creativity.
The welcome bundle is most welcome. So, moving on to more esports things, we touched already on it with the NES discussion, but Batstone 1 is coming on September 14th.
Tomorrow.
And yeah, it's tomorrow actually. I've never been excited. Well, not never, but this year I haven't been more excited about a Hearthstone event, like hands down, right? I've been following Hearthstone since.
I know. Seed Story was nice.
Yeah, but I'm never.
This was better.
For some reason, and I've said this multiple times, and I know it's me. It's in me. It's totally my fault. I'm just not excited about Sea Story Cups, and I know that I'm probably the smallest minority that in existence, right? I think every single person is excited for Sea Story Cup as they should. I'm just not for. I don't know why. What reason? I cannot justify.
Well, you had to follow every single one of them. So.
Yeah.
So
I don't. But moving back on topic, because Seed Story, I think there's supposed to be an announcement probably in a few weeks on the next one on that one. But let's get on topic here, because I know you got a time frame thing, Nidra.
Yeah. I'm trying to finish the show before I pass out of surprising illness. But yeah, Batstone.
Here, take this. You'll be good.
So, if you don't know about Batstone, you probably haven't followed Reddit or GGNet or any other news site because everybody's covering like crazy. Essentially, Fireball, who is the 2014 World Champion, decided to do a series of tournaments with, as he calls it, weird formats. And the first edition will have a ban list.
It actually technically has 2
cards,
ban
right?
lists.
A total of 13 cards were banned, yes. 5 were banned from through community voting. 8 were banned by the players in the way that each player got a singular ban. So we had... I'm just going to go through the cards, guys, so you know what we're talking about. The community banned Yogg Barnes, Fury War Eggs, Call of the Wild, and Tusker Totemic. And the players banned collectively Doomhammer, Fandral, Innervated, Ice Block, Darkshire Councilman, Doomguard, Rag, and Prep. So a total of 13 cards will be gone from this tournament.
Wait,
Otherwise,
we got banned?
What?
We got banned?
We got banned? Yeah.
Yeah, you just said Innervate's banned. Shit.
Innervate's banned, man. But tomorrow...
You actually wrote that. You actually wrote in your news article to edit it because you wrote alongside Innervated.
Yeah, really? I did?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
No.
I mean, we're way better than Innervate. So, other than those 13 cards ban list, it's a completely normal standard best of 5 conquest with one ban. We had 7 invites. And we had Nest qualify through the Swiss into the bracket qualifier that Chiv actually administrated.
I'm thinking this right now about that Swiss. There were a lot of problems with the platform, and God bless all the people who played in it. There were something like 371 people who wanted to participate. But
128, right?
On 128, yeah. Now, here's the fun thing. Those guys went through 10.5 hours of Swiss and then about 3 hours, 15 minutes of a final championship. All right? Those guys really put it through. So, again, Ness showing some great stamina throughout that whole thing. And, yeah, did really well.
Yeah,
and there were a lot of good players who were playing in there. Blackout was in there. Rock was there. Toy was there. Toyda was there for a minute. Cypher was there. Those were the ones that just pop off top of my head. I think, Powder was there, and I think there was another one. I can't remember it off the top of my head. So I could always go look up the list, but those guys, they played one hell of a game. And surprisingly enough, the results of that were, hi, Paladin is fucking disgusting and will drag out a game and win it for you. And, we don't have Fiery War Axe, but guess what? We still have Cthulhu Warrior. GG.
Yeah, Paladin is gonna be like Murloc Paladin, right? Dominating.
Yep, Murloc Paladin was just doing it.
It's like, and the best way, like, if you're really gonna target that deck, your best play is to actually play a Paladin deck and then add Wildfin Inquisitor to disrupt the Anyfins.
You could.
That's actually
you
a good idea.
go like Murloc Tiny Fin, just tag one in your deck, just, screw with them.
Board Control was also there, as well as Jambra. Yeah.
Jambra, okay.
Yeah, I had to get the rest of the TPG crew in there as well, so Raven doesn't give me a dirty look.
I mean, he's probably not watching because he forgot that there's a show once again.
Or he's in Romania, one of the other.
Or he's in Romania, getting ready
I think everybody's going there Thursday. At least Ty said on his stream he would be going there.
It makes sense. I mean, it's on Friday, right? So.
Yeah. I mean, for Tice, it's like a 3-hour flight.
But anyways, going back to the best on one topic, I want to start with the discussion with, well, obviously the method of banning cards and the amount of cards and what cards were actually banned. So, first of all, do you guys like how they did the whole banning? 5 cards from the community, and we saw a lot of ridiculous suggestions like ban your mom, ban...
That life tap.
Yeah, ban ASD. So that's a pretty strong.
That one had my vote as well. Ridiculous.
But, ASD is just ridiculous. Like even worse than your mom.
There were people putting up wild cards in there too. So I was like, what?
And Levino, it's like what?
Yeah,
like,
people.
But overall, we got to Yogg, Barnes, Forex, Call of the Wild, and Tusker Totemic as the top 5 votes. But yeah, did you like the whole community there? Yeah, Stefan?
It left me pleasantly surprised. Like, I expected it to be, completely imbalanced and just over-targeting whatever was the flavor of the month. But this, like, community voting was definitely surprisingly balanced in that it hit wide but hit fairly. It's like...
Yeah.
I mean, this was not a bad 5 picks for the 5 cards that needed to go the most. Like, it really seemed like something that kept the spirit of the tournament and managed to be good enough.
Yeah,
The pro bands, however, kinda.
They're more counters to each other's plays.
Oh my god! Who the hell bans
what the
prep?
fuck? There's no IMG in Council, man. There's no. He's not even particularly overstated. It's like, what are you doing banning him over Imp Gang Boss if you really hate Sue so much? It's like.
Whoever actually banned Councilman, I really wish they would have looked
it.
at the stats of the open qualifier, because I'll tell you right now, Zoo lost dramatically throughout that entire event.
It's one of the easiest decks to counter when you don't have to account for any combo nonsense. It's like, okay, I just need to clear the board, and once I've done that, there's no nonsense that's gonna kill me from 30 health. And it's like, well, I can do that as a paladin. Multiple times.
But
each game.
The format is Conquest, you said, Rado?
It is Conquest, yeah.
Okay, so because when I'm looking at the pro players bans, right, I was kind of surprised by Ragnaros the Fire Lord.
Yeah, a lot of.
I'm not.
I mean, you said you were surprised about Ice Block, right?
Yeah, I was shocked by
I
Ice Block,
wasn't.
but
You
No,
have
I
so
wasn't.
many good freeze mage players in the tournament, and I'm
Yeah,
like, okay.
I mean,
so
it makes
these
sense.
guys are probably gonna make ban freeze mage, play freeze mage because it's an overall strong deck, and it's these players are extremely good with it, and know
It
how.
seems-
So they
to be more,
banned prep because Shacky's there?
No,
I
Dude,
think it,
like,
Jack
JJ 's
actually banned it.
Oh, true.
Ragnar seems like to be a band for the spirit of the tournament of taking out extreme RNG. Like, he is not the worst, but he's definitely up there. Like, the
Oh, yeah.
difference between hitting face on a control warrior or taking out, the Malchus or something, like, it's immense. Like, so in that sense, it's an alright band, but once again, you're gonna have Paladin say, Ragnar's band? Well, mine isn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
exactly. Yeah.
No, it's. I actually expected the pros to know what's up, right? When
Well-
Firebar announced it, it was very clear what he wanted to do with the tournament, right? What cards needed to be banned. It's not just like, oh, I don't feel like playing against Zoo, so I'm just gonna try to ban all of its good cards. And there are still shitload of good cards in Zoo, so I don't think Zoo will be there. But it's like,
No.
let's just eliminate Freeze Mage so that there's only one mage left, like only
It's
one
like-
mage archetype left in the tournament. So I
what
don't
the
have to
hell are you
guess.
doing banning Fandral? It's like,
it's-
there's no IMG about that
Yeah,
guy.
but
He's
Again, it's like people like, oh, I don't want to play against Druid, so I'm just gonna take everything good out of Druid. So they banned Yogg first with the community, and then like Super JJ and who was the guy who banned Fandral, like they just destroyed everything about Druid. So now
Colento.
Yeah, okay, so Druid is now essentially not in the tournament, right? At
Yeah.
least,
So does this mean we might see Priest actually win?
I
No.
think. I mean, I still
I think
think
Resurrect
Colento's gonna
Priest-
bring it, man. Colento
Resurrect
sometimes.
Priest did
we have
show
Colento
up
and Ness.
in
We have
the
Colento
tournament.
and Ness, so it's
Yeah,
big chance.
Those two are
it's
very fun
possible.
playing Priest.
But again, how do that deck beat like the only way that deck beats Murloc Paladin if they entomb the War Leader.
Or
It's
ban
like,
it.
Oh, as a Conquest with ban?
It's a
Yeah,
conquest.
it's
with
compared
ban,
with one
yeah.
ban.
Okay, I guess that's
Because here I was thinking about, because I want to publish an article tomorrow about what kind of meta we are likely to see at Batstone, and Paladin is the obvious an obvious deck. We'll see probably some Tempo Mage for certain, anything Paladin for certain, and then like maybe something like what Ness play, like a control fatigue warrior, some sort of control for Crusher Shaman, and then like
Crusher Shaman, yeah.
Priest is actually good because unlike you can ban OTK decks, like Rogue will not be played because Prep is gone, and then you can just ban anything. Aggro Shaman is way slow now.
Yeah.
Zoo is way slower as well.
Hunter's
The question is like,
Hunter is pretty fucked too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hunter is
It's just,
fucked.
like-
so you're only left playing the control matchups, and you can actually win them because you
Yep.
just
Yeah.
entomb their win conditions and play them against them. 'Cause if you're a good priest player, you'll just destroy warrior.
Yep.
You'll just shit on him. That's a fucking fact. What's left? Like paladin? Yeah, paladin can be prologue, but then you just ban it.
Yeah.
Druid is gone, and then you just resurrect these 4/7s all day long, man. I think priest can actually be playable in this one.
Yeah,
it depends on shaman. Like, it depends on. I want to say, Alakir is still there to provide the rock biter first. It's
Yeah, but you've lost out
last
so much of your
option.
early game. What do you have to rely on at that
Well,
point?
not so much.
Getting to
You've
there.
wa-
not
I th-
so
I- I
one
think you-
piece.
I think you can
It's-
play mid-range. I think you can play mid-range, right? 'Cause
What's the other one?
They lost Tuskar. Didn't they lose
they lost.
Tunneltrog?
No,
No,
they lost
Tunneltrog
Tuskar and
is
Oh,
Doom
Tunneltrog's still
Doomhammer.
there? Oh shit,
Yeah.
they still have
Yeah,
a choice.
Trog
They
is
still have a
still there,
chance.
so you can technically you can still play mid-range. Like, sure, you don't have Tusker, so you don't have a powerful turn 3, but there's still the
Aside,
possibility to
Spirit
play.
Wolf.
Just replace the Tuskar with freaking Jules Scarab. GG.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's illegal. That's legal.
And actually, that's what people did, and you'd be surprised how many Tuskars showed up in the fucking.
Of course they do. Class
Yeah.
cards have 4x the selection rates in Discover.
yeah. Oh my
was
god,
hilarious.
I didn't actually realize you can do it. This is.
Oh, there were people playing Nefarian. What are you talking about? It was great.
Jesus.
Like mulches were fucking things up.
No,
too.
no,
It was
no.
like-
I just mean the Jules Scarab into Tusker. Like 50% of the games, if you play Jules Scarab, there will be Tusker as Shaman. I
Yep.
fucking guarantee it. Because I know, like, I used to play, Dead Rattle Priest a lot, and you would discover Shade so fucking much with Curator. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Oh
can be-
my
it
god.
can be- yeah.
I didn't
But-
even realize it, Jesus.
They didn't ban Totem Golem, so that's probably gonna be a 2-drop to go, right?
Sure,
Well,
no, I
okay,
mean,
so,
I
you know,
just mean you
you
take
play the
the
Scarab,
Tuskers out, and then you put the Jewel Scarabs in their place.
Yeah. So turn 1, you go your obvious Tunnel Trog. Turn 2, you go your obvious Totem Golem. And then
So
here
you
you
got-
are on 3 down 1, so you play the Jewel Scarab. Boom, you got your Tuskar coming into 4, and you'll have 1 mana left over. So if you got a Rock Biter, you can use that to clear tempo on the board.
Or your Silverback Patriarch, which is also.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Fair point.
Silverback Patriot, not the best card ever. Well,
Nice understatement, man.
yeah. What cards did you actually guys didn't want to see banned but are not? This is a good
Execute.
question. Execute.
Execute. Brawl.
So just
Priest can't have Light Bomb. Paladins, Warriors don't need Brawl.
Yeah, but at that point, it's like Paladins already has at least 2 other options, and even if we ban equality, they are looking at just enter the arena.
Yeah, but
And
theirs is a combination play and not based on RNG, where that thing is.
That's
I think
true, but if you
I,
suddenly start throwing out every board clear, then Paladin's Infino options just start becoming a problem. Like you can't both ban, equality, enter the arena, and Adric. It's like at some point you just have to say, okay, they're gonna have better board clear than everyone, and as soon as they have that, they're gonna be an auto pick.
I also would have considered banning Doomslayer.
Really?
Yeah,
why
it's not the worst target, but Ice Block's gone, so it's not that dangerous, but
Well,
certainly.
here's the little trick that every warrior figured out pretty quickly in the qualifier. Okay, I don't have a War Axe, but I have a Doomsayer. Just as good.
Yeah, it works. It works in Warrior, of course. Yeah. I personally would have liked to see Flamewaker banned because that card gets me
Yeah.
angry so many times.
Yeah, that's probably the mage card that should have been.
Yeah, I mean that thing is
Interesting.
reoccurring RNG. Why?
Yeah, I really don't like to play against that card because it's always so tense whether you live or not. It's yeah.
yeah.
Oh well.
I think this is why I stopped playing Temple Mages altogether, right? Because you live and die by the Flame Waker. You just have to collect every single shit you have, keep it until you draw Flame Waker, and then Flame Waker is not even a 3-drop, right? It's at least a 4 or 5 drop.
But it's a 3-drop you want in your opening hand just so you can get everything set up. And then that means you've got a lot of turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3 opportunities where you may just not have anything going on the board and you start falling behind, hoping to be able to catch it up with a good series of Flame Waker procs and everything of that nature. And it really sucks ass when you're on the shit end of that deal.
Yeah, definitely.
I think of all I'm looking at the top 20 of Firebet, the community votes, and going through that card that didn't get banned. I think Flame Waker would be up there. Maybe Knife Juggler if it was still a 3-2.
Yeah, the 3-2 it was.
I'm shocked Flame Wreath didn't actually make the cut. To be perfectly honest, that card is just so fuck off.
It's only 150 points below.
No, I don't think Flame Wreath is a problem, man.
It's now often not even played
in a format dominated by Paladins. It's dominated by Paladins and Warriors, and it's fuck off spending 6. How dare you spend 6 mana on something I can kill with 1 card?
Exactly, or relegate it to absolute uselessness.
Yep.
Yeah, I will echo the sentiment that Execute needed to go. I think it's a way more problematic card than Fury Warx, because I think Fury Warx is a fair card. Right, it's a very strong card.
I can go on a little for that, but yeah, let's
2 mana for 6. I just don't like that.
I don't know, man. I like the card. It's I've been playing Warrior a lot, and maybe I'm biased, but I just think it's a nice card. It's stronger than any other 2-drop.
I think Warriors are gonna run King's Defender.
Yeah, they're running King's Defender now, and they're doing fine. But Execute is a hard removal with no drawback for 1 mana.
Yeah,
that's unfair. That's unfair. Because everything wounds now. The entire warrior list is whirlwind effects now. So triggering
the problem with Execute is if you change Execute, you also got to change Hunter's Mark.
And I can tell you why that's a flawed comparison.
Okay.
Because Hunter's Mark is, first of all, Hunters don't have their entire deck confined to effects that will trigger act as an activation. And second of all, Hunter's Mark is never pre-activated. You can't cast Hunter's Mark on, say, if Ice Howl comes down and smacks your Yeti or something like that, you can't Hunter's Mark it and it dies. Okay, Execute comes preoccupied, and that's why it's often
a way more reactive card.
Yes. I love how he chooses a card that only shows up because of Confessor Palters.
Whatever.
Or Malkazar, man.
Or Malkazar. Yep, you're right.
But something that instantly trades effectively, but then wounds itself. Hunter's Mark is never pre-activated. Its combo piece always has to come post-use, basically. And that's why it's a flawed comparison.
Okay, I'll give you that.
It's way better.
But I think we're getting back into the topic of Hunter just doesn't have a good control lineup ever. So
also that.
Yeah. It's not made to be a control class in the first place, not as Warrior at least.
Why give them the tools but not the rest of them?
Yeah, but I think we've whined about Execute so much on this show. But yeah, it needs to go. This card needs to change. At one point or another, this is what makes Warrior ridiculous. This and just the stupidly cheap removal that's also so effective. But yeah, so we went through meta prediction. Yeah, did you guys think that they just banned too many cards for this first edition? Should we
ban trolls are needed when Innervated is banned. There's no need to ban fan troll when Innervated is banned. Okay.
Okay.
I'll agree with you on that.
That's kind of ban that's kind of ban that shows why this kind of stuff is usually done through counseling, through put forth through. I don't mind. I wouldn't have mind a 15-card ban list if there was actually some coordination and thought behind this. This is just to it. The randomness shows, and it's kind of ironic that it shows in the pro picks, whereas the community
you
picks
can
are
expect
actually
it from the community.
competent.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think the pros, like a lot of these picks, you look at them like, okay, so we've talked about the Innervated and Fandral. Obviously, they know that those two cards right there are the core power of Druid, and Druid has always been a staple amongst a lot of the power base. So they were banned out basically to remove that and actually weaken some of their opponents. When you look at Strifecrow being in that list, gee, what is Strifecrow known for? Mastering fucking Druid. So yeah, that makes a little bit of sense to me. But some of the other picks, it's like Doomhammer, that almost feels like PTSD in action, right? There's like, no more. Yeah. You know, and preparation, again, another kind of like knee-jerk reaction of, no,
just to be sure to kill all the rogue players, right?
Exactly. You know, it's just those series where things spiral out of control rapidly, and Innervate can lead to that. Preparation definitely leads to that, thanks to, you know, Questing Adventurer and Edwin Van Cleef. Wow, I'm on the ball today. Jesus Christ. So those picks there make some sense to me. Doomhammer also makes some sense to me. The rest of them, I'm just like, I don't really care.
No, because I look at... Yeah, go ahead,
yeah,
Tom.
No, you go. Fine.
Because I look at the pro player picks, and it's all about, as we've commented before, it's all about making the pool of decks as small as possible and possibly targeting other people, right? Because if you... And it's just for this particular tournament. I'm sure that if they sat down and try to discuss, what cards we need to ban for forever, these wouldn't be the cards. It would be completely other cards. But you know, you look at, I don't want to play any freeze mage. I just want to eliminate decks just out of the tournament, so I don't have to guess and I don't have to pray for them. Like, okay, cut Miracle Rogue, cut freeze mage completely, destroy Druid. So these are -3 decks immediately. Right? It's not something I like. But I understand how the pro players think, right? Because they have to prep for this and, you know, win this, even though there's no prize pool.
This is why, this is why pro players should not be the ones. Like, pro players are the last guys, or rather, pro players that plays in the tournament are the last guys that should pick bans for card bans.
Yeah, I think.
But I think it does add some interesting flavor and something that's going to change the event every single time.
But
so that I think is actually a positive.
If we start seeing more ban list events and they ask playing pros which cards you banned, I will be pissed. Like this should not be the precedent. This should be the this is kind of the gimmick, and you know, I can live with that. There's no prize pool here. It's all for the community, and
let's try it and see how it goes, right? But
but don't repeat this.
Yeah. I think he'll learn because he's a smart dude, and like ideally you just want to get a committee of like, let's say 10 pros.
I don't even care about Firebat. He can do this as much as he wants, but you know, other companies that want to try out a ban list format don't have the pros playing decided. It'll never go well. Like
no.
They're just gonna look at like, okay, so he's in it. He's known for free
exactly,
okay, let me ban Ice Block. Okay, so he's eliminated, right?
How about this? Just have casters do it. Like you get together like 10 casters, have them sit there and pick out a list. That would be like the fairest way, because a caster can't really show bias to a player. They have to be universally, you know, neutral on all fronts. So doing that, I think, would probably be like the safer method.
Yeah. This reminds me when pros come to me for Gaussor rankings, like, do you know how I think Gaussor rankings should work? Like, you think they should work in the benefit of every single player, but most of all you. This is why we don't take. This is why we don't take pro player feedback as much as, you know, more than necessary. Like I listen to all the pro players who have something to say about the rankings, but it's not like, player A said this about the rankings, so let's do it because he's a smart dude. No, players have a bias. This is inherent, and it's not a bad thing, right? It's in their own interest to have a bias because this is their job. But they have a bias, so it should be ignored.
I just wish your bar graph little thing that you have on, or the line graph on there, was at least somewhat accurate. These big steeps for a 2-point decay are fucking insane. It throws people off.
I don't mind. I'll have to check. I think most of those are like graphical bugs because we're backlogging shit every day. This is what I do now. I wake up, I backlog stuff. I finished Hearthstone Festival the other day, and oh my god, so many games. Oh my god. Fuck me. Fucking Hearthstone. And I have to still go through Insomnia. It's like, oh Jesus, no.
Jesus.
No, not that Swiss. I hate Swiss now. Like,
oh god, I would never want to do Swiss for entering that. But back on topic, I'm gonna say one thing that Firebat's getting extremely well. All the hype that I've seen, a lot of positive hype going around this event has been on the announcements. Like other tournaments, when they announce who's going to be playing in there, it feels dry. This shit has been colorful, been
those
fun.
videos, man.
Oh my god, they're great. Fucking Jackie Soros, for fuck's sake. Come on now. That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
That shit was great, guys. It was amazing. You know, it rekindled that initial feeling we all had when we first got into the Hearthstone scene back in 2014.
Yeah.
All right, it was raw, it was fun, almost memey, and we loved that shit. And he retapped that shit, and it's taking off. Blizzard, other organizers, pay fucking attention.
Yeah, I think in general, you immediately saw a Firebat appreciation thread pop up, and it's just like he's just a loved member of the community, and respected. He is a big authority because he was the world champion, and he's a great caster. People just love him, and
I mean, deservedly so.
Yeah, definitely. He's amazing, and he knows how to handle these kind of things, right? And people are like, okay, so he sees. Let me rephrase that. Derping. He sees that people are complaining, a lot of pros, and he sees that kind of the mood in the Hearthstone scene in general is taking a downward spiral, right? People are complaining more and more. So what he does is like, okay, you know what? Let me host a tournament. Yeah. No care.
It's like that Disney movie, Robots. Seeing the
and everybody's excited again, and really clever move. And it shows that how much he just loves the Hearthstone scene as well.
We need shit like this. We need the innovation. We need more creative ways of doing things. Because let's be honest, and I've said this a million times, and I'm going to keep saying this a million times till somebody at Blizzard takes their head out of their fucking ass. Watching Hearthstone in the format that you have it right now is one of the most boring fucking experiences in the world. I have to drink fucking horrible devil-made drinks like this in order to stay awake for long tournaments. Fuck off.
Yeah.
And I love this game, guys. That's a sad truth, all right? You get it's a monotony of grind on your patience. Like, a lot of times there's not much happening. It's like, okay, he's taking a whole 90 seconds to decide that he's going to tap and end turn. Great, thanks. Thanks, guys. Good fucking production there. And it's not the production's fault. It's not any of that fault. It's just the way the game is, all right? So we have to find new ways of playing it to, keep our attention, make it more exciting. Yeah, I guess you guys thought Yogg's Ron was going to be that for you, but it failed. It actually had the exact opposite effect. It pissed off everybody who is actually considered a serious contender in the scene to the point where now it's a joke.
I think in the last week we've had 15 articles about RNG and Yogg on all
insanely amount
on all publications of Hearthstone that matter. PC Gamer, GGNet, Dot,
the Yogg bubble is growing.
Everywhere, everybody's talking about Yogg, and once again, deservedly so. It's a joke fucking car. But again, Bedstone, man, as a writer, it reminds me of the excitement that I had in 2015 when House Cup was announced, right? Because I knew it wasn't going to be just Hearthstone. It was going to be Hearthstone with a twist. So I remember when House Cups were done, I could sit down and analyze drafts, man. Like fucking proper journalists do in League and Dota, right? They sit and analyze how a strategy works, and this is what excited me because it was gone, it was missing from Hearthstone altogether. And a game gave me that, and I could just do articles on that for a week. I could just write about bans and picks and niche deck building and sort of, and this is cool. I don't want to write who won the 17,000 best of 5 conquest tournament that we've all seen. It got me bored to the point that I didn't give a shit about Dream Hacks or True Silver Champions. Because, what's different about them? No, it's the name that's different, right? It's the same player, same format. They just switch places. I don't give a shit about DreamHack. DreamHack used to be the biggest thing in Hearthstone, and I will like wake up a day before that just to get prepped and excited. And now, like 2 years later, oh, fuck this.
Even the organizers at DreamHack are realizing that this format is not really doing much for them. I mean, that used to be a 40,000 tournament, prize pool, and now it's
but they're
what,
spreading
27,000?
so it kind of makes
okay,
sense. Okay,
yeah, it's only 3,000. There's only 3,000 is going to that second chance thing. So 10,000 just suddenly disappeared. That's 25% of the prize pool gone.
I don't think you're correct on this one, but it's irrelevant.
Okay, but either way, the conversation I had actually explained it that way.
Yeah.
But the problem that I see with this is even the organizers are losing faith in wanting to have a tournament with this amount of prize pool because, again, they're not getting the return from viewership that they normally would because it's boring.
Yeah. Still, man.
This is why I like PGL, man, and this is a topic that we'll go on to discuss right now. It's like PGL figured out, okay guys, HCT season is done. We can do whatever the fuck we want. Like, we don't want to do another best of 5 conquest boring stuff. We want to go like
they didn't do that last time, right? They had last year standing.
Yeah, they had to.
Without a ban.
Yeah, they had to follow a standard tournament.
Yeah.
Because they had to follow HCT rules. And now there's like, I think it's almost a blessing for tournament organizers. They cannot wait for the ACT season to be over. Like, if I was a tournament organizer, I would be like this. Like, oh shit, I cannot wait for August to end so I can make an actually interesting tournament. Because, and this is one of the big things we're also going to discuss later on in the show with the ACT. Sure, you need standardization of everything, but do we really? Because, like, for 8 months, it's been the same shit all over again. And now that it's over...
I want to swallow a bullet.
Yeah, like, the moment HCT constraints are down, we have PGL, one of the biggest organizers going like, yeah, bitch, 9-deck last hero standing with big ban phase. That's what we have for you. And you know what? People will watch it more than the fucking championship in the Americas.
Oh yeah,
that's a fucking guarantee.
They'll watch it more than the last chance qualifier too.
Probably yes. Although last chance qualifier is fucking stuck, at least for Europe. I'm not sure who's in NA, but it's probably stuck there too.
All you need to know is Muzzy and Frozen. That's it.
Yeah, Muzzy and Frozen are there. Yeah, they're on the top of the list. Like Muzzy has 120 points and Frozen 113 or something. It's insane, man.
But again, this only goes to show something that I also want to address is like, let's give more leeway in the HCT formats for people to try crazy stuff and still be able to give HCT points. Obviously not too crazy stuff like, oh, we only play common cards for the rest of our lives.
Only basic decks.
Only basic decks, but once again, like, and we talked about this in the previous show, if you look at Magic the Gathering tournaments, they have different formats like modern or standard, which would be standard and wild in Hearthstone. They have draft and whatnot, and this all can be done to ensure there's diversity. Because as Chief says, and as all of us have said in the past, diversity is what keeps Hearthstone alive. The moment you stop having it, the game's dead.
Yep.
Because the game is not exciting, guys. It's not Dota. It's not CS:GO. There's no dynamic. It hinges on diversity. The moment you stop it, it's everybody's gonna abandon it. Like, I'm on the verge of fucking abandoning Hearthstone if it keeps the stale nature. Because why would I want to watch a game that's the same thing for months on end? No. Why? No.
I mean, at least in the beginning, like in 2014, 2015, they were occasionally changing the meta around by, it's like, okay, well, this was too powerful, so we're changing that. And what you would see is the meta would adapt and change accordingly. Like when we had the reign of Undertaker. That went away. Did that kill Hunter? No. It adapted. It came up to something new. We've seen that quite a bit. Like even before then, when they changed Mind Control and Pyroblast, that changed a lot of shit. Because you remember the original aggro mage that was out there that relied heavily on the 8-mana Pyroblast to do a lot of work. They changed that, and all of a sudden that deck went away and then got replaced by a couple other new things that came on later on.
Mage.
But we haven't had that shit in a while. Actually, Freeze Mage was one of the original control decks from in beta. So that shit never was going to die. And they changed that too. All right, we have not had any of these significant changes because it was like, well, we want to do changes by adding new cards to it. The problem is, you get
You're
this
not
long
doing
period-
that. You're doing that 3 times a year. Do you know how little that is, even for
Yes, I mean,
even for card games that has to deal with stuff like physical delivery and production? Like, even those kind of games, 3 updates a year would be considered silly low.
Right, and what those actually do is like, okay, the set's been out like halfway in between. It's like, okay, so what cards are overperforming? Okay, now is it creating too much of an advantage? If so, let's restrict them, or better yet, this is too powerful, let's ban it. And all of a sudden, like overnight, in the tournament scene, you will see the meta's changing, and it's a whole new game because of that. But we haven't seen that in so goddamn long. Last time we saw something like this was right before BlizzCon because, reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
Do you
that.
think they're gonna change Yogg right before BlizzCon? Because
yes!
Firebet
I wouldn't be
suggested
surprised,
probably
but
the
I would
best.
hate it. Like,
But
But in all
Firebet
seriousness-
suggested probably the best change to it, and I really like it as well.
Okay, well,
Make
what is...
all spells cast by Yogg random targets. Like if he plays a secret, it can be either for your opponent or for
Okay.
you.
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah, I don't
If
know.
you draw
So
cards,
that
make
means
it
he
either
can
for your
actually
opponent.
cast a counter spell that counters his spell. That'd be funny.
Yeah, that's the kind of nightmare programming that I think is like.
No, because
extend-
even if your opponent has counter spell up and you play Yogg, it doesn't counter the spell.
So if he casts Mirror Entity for your opponent, would it trigger then? Because after
No,
all,
because first the minion enters the board, then it's battle cry triggers, and after that it
and
checks.
then Mirror Entity triggers. Yes, that's.
Oh yeah,
the-
so then you're right. You're
So,
right. Wait, so, yeah.
It's like
So,
it's the
to summon-
nightmare, like the pro.
Why?
It's cute, but it's the nightmare programming task.
Oh, look, I
Oh,
gave my
they have-
opponent an eye for an eye and then hit him with a Pyroblast. So either way, I still took 10 to the face.
They have 2 months to fix it, so go at it.
No,
No,
it's...
but
Like
yeah.
I think there's a lot of I think that change is a lot more complicated than it sounds. Like what I would probably do is I would probably say if you've cast 10 spells, so a minimum of 10 spells, nothing happens beyond if you are
like cap it
slow
at 10
packing.
spells.
Cap it at 10, okay.
So
Because,
if you cast minimum 10, then he will cast 10 spells. And only 10 spells. Anything beyond that doesn't count.
Basically,
I've
instituting
seen
proc
suggestions
effect on an item.
I've seen suggestions
Minion.
that Yogg stops casting if he dies, which is also a good suggestion.
That's a very. It's like.
I like that one.
It's
Yeah.
not bad, but it's. I don't know.
Yeah,
again,
Twitch
you
it's
don't even have
also-
to write it on the card, right? It's just natural. Like if it dies, it can't cast spells
Yeah.
anymore.
It would make sense, too,
Unless it casts resurrect and then it comes back up. But hey,
But I guess the theory that they were working with is he's casting all these at once, but it just has, like... But
Yeah.
we have to
Sure,
watch
yeah,
it go through
it's-
each one of its iterations.
Like, I
The
don't.
logic
I
of
wouldn't mind that
Hearthstone.
change, but it's not gonna like. The problem is, there's still gonna be a lot of esports moments, and it's like
Oh, sure.
it's not gonna. Like it'll maybe stop on the twisting never, but at that point it almost matters if he has cast 7 secrets and added 12 cards to your hand. At that point, like you've already won. kind
I
of.
think Coffee has the best solution. Just put it in Wild.
No,
Be
yeah,
done
just
with it
ban
already.
it, right? It's... But,
Yeah,
but
that's the
I mean,
extreme.
come on. They put freaking old Murkeye in Wild. Why not?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just really, really feel that Yogg needs to go before BlizzCon. Otherwise, BlizzCon,
It's gonna be a joke,
this
man.
champion will be the biggest joke champion ever. Like, nobody will take a champion who took a game off of Yogg, or a championship off of Yogg seriously. And this
Yeah,
is bad for competitive. Like, oh, this is the champion that who won because Yogg triggered well done, Thais or whoever.
Yeah, and literally
Eh.
his card is going to be champion of Yogg Saron. He won on the back of an old
I don't
god.
want to see that because
No,
no
same.
world champion deserves to be ridiculed based on
No.
how he won. And I feel that if this happens, people, and this will include me, will ridicule it and diminish the achievement. But
Yeah.
anyways,
I don't think that's how they should do it.
Can I just
Sure,
touch briefly back on the previous topic of tournaments for next year's HCT? I think Blizzard should embrace different formats. However,
Yeah.
tournaments should obviously meet requirements like a minimum prize pool,
No,
but
of
also
course, yeah.
fully open invitationals, qualifiers. Sorry, fully open qualifiers, because at BlizzCon you want to have the players that have been most consistent throughout the year, right?
Mhm.
And if players know how to adapt to different formats, that means they are better at the game than other people, right? You see who are very good at adapting to formats. People like Life Coach, who would generally a master of the game, obviously, but and then make them fully open qualifiers, award them Blizzard HCT points, because at the end, no matter what format the World Championship is going to be played in, you're gonna have the best players in the game.
This is what you want, right? In the end, you want good players. But I have my own thought, but I'll probably article it up because it's a bit too long for this show. I want to move to PGL Bucharest. Just drop the full lineup that's been announced. We still don't know the format. Raven is being awfully silent on this, as are the PGL people, but as far as we know, it will have like a big band format similar to what Vigame had. And we have the 16 people, which are Sivka, Ekop, Zizo, RDU, Tessin, Kara, Thais, AK Wonder, Hoy, Life Coach, Angelo Shaggy, and he's come from the qualifier. Don't worry, he's not an invite. Crane, Super JJ, Drush Bonol, who is the other qualifier, and Kalendo. So this is a pretty sick lineup, and I'm watching this. I'm not watching HCT Americas.
Yeah,
I'll probably have two screens up anyway. But
no,
I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it's racist, but hey, I'll probably watch it anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that they only invite European players for this event because they don't have a big prize pool. It's like 25k.
Not to mention flying a person to Romania.
And it's not for any points. Yeah. It's only just for fun, with a fun format. And I think if it works out well and they get like big sponsorships of it or anything of it, like next edition, if they do the same, then why not
every NA
fly?
Player you invite is extra 1,000 on. Maybe 2,000 on the accommodation.
That's if they lived like in the East Coast. If they're on over in California, that's 1,500.
You're fucked. Yeah. So this is why, like, we would love to see US players, but it's too expensive.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that the winner of the previous edition, Trekkie Style, wasn't invited.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to, obviously, but it's kind of...
It's the standard.
Yeah, it's like you do that, right? You invite the player who won your previous tournament, especially if it's all invites. Well, except for two, but... Yeah. And like, why invite Tessin over Trekkie Style? Oh, well.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't question PGLC invites. Like, some of them are but most of the list is pretty solid. Moving on to the final topic of tonight, it's RDU's Reddit thread about the last call qualifier and all the issues surrounding it. Now, obviously, RDU will be playing in it, and he wasn't happy about how it's all being handled. And this touches a lot of the issues I have with the whole preliminary / qualification process for BlizzCon as a whole. Like the only thing I actually like about HCT this year is the seasonal division.
That's the one thing they got right.
This is the one thing I got right. I mean, we are the ones who broke the story, so I was extremely excited about this because Dota did it right, and League, not League, but what am I thinking of? Heroes of the Storm did it correctly, although the game is dead.
Yeah.
So
the thing is, once I saw it for Heroes of the Storm, I made the prediction that it was going to come to Hearthstone as well, and people were like, probably not. Look at that, I was right. Fuck off.
So yeah, I think I love this about HCT, but the whole qualification process is something I have a lot of problem with, and a lot of those are shared by RDU, although he's only addressing the last call qualifier. So we're going to go through the bullet points, the major ones at least, in RDU's post. And number one is that the last call qualifier doesn't have a prize pool. Like, unlike the even the preliminaries, by the way, even the preliminaries for the championships have a prize pool. Right.
Yeah, this is a joke, man.
20k in total. 20k in total for the preliminaries. 20k in total for those players who don't make it. So 9 to 16 place, right? Or 9 to 32.
Yeah. No, 9 to 16, right?
9 to 16, they split 20k. So these are the players who won 5 points, maybe, went to a bar, played 2 games. Well, not 2 games, but came.
Played like 5 games. You say.
Came 1 game of qualifying, so they get to split 20,000. Now, on the other hand, you have the last qualifier, which the entry level is 90 plus points.
Yep.
Something like this. You have the most consistent players of the entire year, not just the feeble 3-month season. So these are, if you go and look at the list for the last call for Europe, for example, it's a list you will see for invite tournaments.
Yeah,
that's how stacked it is. You have Argue, Hoy, I think George sees in there climbing. It's ridiculous. Like Zizo couldn't make it. Zizo is number 10. Like just it's ridiculous. Like and it has Muzzy on top and Frozen on top. Such like ridiculous names. So those players will compete for the last seed for their region for BlizzCon, and they get shit.
Yeah,
that's
it's completely disrespectful. It really. I'm gonna go off on my rant. That's why I took my energy drink. All right, so here you've got players. Oh yeah, it's time for the avenging wrath. Here you've got players who, for a fucking year, grinded their ass off in open qualifiers, grinded the fucking ladder, tried to be the most consistent player they were, showing true form of dedication and fucking endurance. And they haven't gotten their spot, whether you want to say RNG, bad lineups, bad choices, whatever.
Yog.
There's a myriad of reasons. Yog being a big one for like the last half of it.
I mean, it was in the Americas,
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. But still, they persevered through. They kept going. They kept playing at their best performance they possibly could. And what is their reward? Oh, we're just gonna piss all on your face. This is kind of disgraceful. This is not how you're supposed to treat your players. All right, I get it. It's a last chance qualifier. This is your quote unquote wild card slot. But seriously, this is some of the most consistent and hardworking players out there, and they get jack shit for it if they don't get this one spot. It's literally one spot. If you don't get it, boom. And even if you do get it, you don't get no prize for that shit other than, oh, hey, now I get to go to BlizzCon.
No, you get, everybody at BlizzCon gets a prize pool.
Yeah, okay, everybody at BlizzCon gets a prize pool. That's it. So that's the only
joke,
thing about that is for going to BlizzCon. But everybody else is like, okay, so you're in the finals, you're going for that, and you lose by like just an inch. By Yogg. Okay, so what do you get out of that? Oh, hey, thanks for showing up. Get the fuck out. I'm gonna tell you right now. I mean, yeah, in the America's last call, I've got 2 players, but you know what? You're gonna shit. This is just completely bullshit to me.
I mean,
this is bullshit.
25% that they won't make it.
Yeah.
That's fucking. These are the odds. They would 25% chance. Actually, one of them will make it. So
individual player 12.5% if you really want to get to it.
So it's bullshit, and I know like people were having this conversation with TJ on Twitter, and he said, "Oh, but we knew that Last Call won't have a prize pool when they announced it, and this is correct." Yeah. But it's not.
And we even said that's kind of shitty too.
It's not until Hey, Kitty. So it's not until Last Call actually comes that this information sinks in. Like, oh shit! I grinded the entire year. 3 points and another 3 points here, another 3 points there, and I managed to gather 90 or whatever, and now I get to compete for all or nothing. And I know this is shitty, and I know this is... I mean, at the same time, it's unfair to players and unfair to Blizzard because it's a last shot. It's a bonus chance, right? Only 16 people can be at BlizzCon. All the other millions won't be at BlizzCon.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand the idea because it's absolutely discouraging because he ends the post with, is it worth it? And
no.
Probably, yeah. If you don't make
it, right?
If you don't make, especially if you don't make it in this environment, like what the way Hearthstone was in 2016, yeah, it's not worth it.
No,
because
you
get
it's
no
hours
fucking
and
guarantees.
hours of grinding for nothing, literally nothing.
And thing is, if you look at the beginning of Hearthstone, Like, there was actually a worth to doing all this work. You were getting invites to almost every single event that was out there. It had high viewership numbers. People were willing to pay money. But then, of course, along came a spider known as Blizzard Esports Department and go, oh, hey, that's great and everything, but we have a few ideas to make this better. And by make it better, make it unappealing to the mass of people. And all of a sudden, invites go away, viewership goes down, and now these players who were kind of like looking to that this was going to be how they were going to get through things no longer have that. They're having to work 5 times as hard and can be taken out by the average person nobody has ever fucking heard of and basically get shitted on. Now, I know Blizzard wants to focus on the individual achievement, but if you don't have these fucking legacy storylines, these prime players that people follow actually getting the opportunities to make these appearances, then you're not going to have much of a scene. You're not going to have much of an esport. And they've been continually driving this fucking tournament environment into the fucking ground. Stop it!
Yeah, and I think that's also one of the points RDU makes is that it's played at 2 separate locations, just at like the tavern, like some of the taverns that were used for the preliminaries. For this one, I'm quite glad because one's in the Netherlands, just 1 hour away from my home, so I'm gonna visit there, and it will be nice. But casters will be in LA in the studio, probably. We don't know. Blizzard's communication is exceptional.
I think they are, yeah.
Wait. So what you're telling me is that 2 of the locations, it's legal to smoke weed?
No. One will be in Romania, I think,
Okay.
or just communist land, and one will be in the Netherlands.
So Netherlands, yes. LA, yes. Good.
Oh no, but the casters will be in LA, right? So
Yeah.
Okay, same thing.
yeah. Anyhow, and this adds, well, like if you have this venue, like, and he makes a great point. Last year in Prague, where Rado and I were visiting, they had this ice hockey stadium. They rented it for all the European Championships of all the games. Like Heroes of the Storm was there,
WoW was there.
WoW was there, Hearthstone was there, and you had this crowd going nuts, and it made people see like, oh, this is a cool player. They saw them perform live. They met them. They took pictures with them and everything. So yeah, and it's I like. There's one thing to have players split across 2 places, like why not just hire even a small studio? But
yeah, I mean, shit. I'm pretty sure they could have talked to Take TV and set something up with that. Come on now.
Yeah, but I don't know. They should know better than this, because I don't think last year was a failure, right? Last year's European Championship.
It was fantastic.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe it wasn't profitable or whatever, but I don't know.
That's
Esports profitable, lol.
Yeah. I'm not sure where do we continue from this, because we kind of covered everything. It's shit.
I think Blizzard needs to actually start paying attention. Blizzard has this really nasty habit of realizing that there's a problem after it's already decimated the shit out of its potential.
They will get it right eventually. That's what.
But by that point, they've lost so much, and then they're going to expect people like, oh, hey, we got it fixed now. Come on back. No, fuck off, guys. We're going on to the next thing. There's a lot of things they could be doing. I know they don't want to have the whole ban system, and I know it's something that they've been actively against since the beginning of time. And I know as a tournament organizer, it has been like this unspoken rule that you don't do this. We don't like this kind of thing. All right? But here's the thing. You look at any competitive card game. Yeah. There's a ban. There's bans of cards. There's restricted DCI lists and things of that nature. It's not just in one game either. It's in all of them. Yu-Gi-Oh, fucking Magic, and I'm pretty sure Pokemon. I never really played it, so I can't really tell you that speaking from experience. But they've all had it. So any argument you give is like, oh well, it'll create a situation that players may not be able to adapt to. No, because most of them came from card games to begin with. This is a fucking niche market to begin with.
And the casuals don't play competitive anyway, so...
Exactly. So, I mean, that argument fails on its face. But, again, that won't address a lot of the bigger issues. The bigger issue here is you're losing a lot of star power because you want to make sure that the entry point for all of your events is open to everybody. And you know what? I'm all for that. I think those entry points need to be open for everybody because you know what? You're never going to get any new blood coming into the system in order to create that new legendary player. You're never going to get any of that unless you have that entry point. But Here's the thing. You have that entry point, and that's it. That's not how you go there. You need to have something on top. You need to have something that's really going to sustain and keep everything going. I like the system kind of to the degree of how they have it now. Now you need to actually put the fucking topping on the cake. Give us our fucking team leagues, for fuck's sake.
Back to this, man.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong, and you know I'm not wrong.
I mean...
All right, you use one to feed into the other. You create more into the scene. You're building foundations with what you have now. Now it's time to build the fucking skyscraper that's going to take you to the fucking moon.
Yeah.
All right.
And host them on Twitch, not on stream.
On stream,
yeah. Only on Twitch, never on Stream Me, Azubu, Hip-Hop, and none of that fucking garbage.
Yeah, it was such a shame.
Yeah,
that was really...
that had so much potential, but it got what, like 150 viewers?
Yeah.
And the finals capped at 200. 200
wow.
viewers. Which had insane lineups. You had Zixo playing Dr. Hippie, which is two of the best players in Europe at the moment. You know, like 200 people are like, I guess. You know.
And I'm just hoping that more people take the example that Firebat's putting out there. Is like, look, if we wait for Blizzard to do anything, nothing's going to fucking happen.
Exactly.
Because Blizzard drags their feet. We can tell the esports department, hey, look, this is what needs to happen. They ignore us. So short of storming Irvine, California with a mob of angry fucking pro players and gamers saying, you guys are fucking up, let's fix this shit, let's get it done now. Yeah, not much is going to change. So it's going to have to come from the community to actually do something about this. And I implore everybody, tweak these motherfuckers till they
like it. The community makes or breaks a game, so
it does. And if Blizzard doesn't want to see that, then by the way, I wish Chris Metzen a bond farewell. I loved you as Thrall. Peace. I'm done.
You're done. Drop the mic.
I'm just trying.
Yeah, I also want to say.
Don't drop that mic.
Go, Stefan.
Mets, it's a huge change, but you know. Companies of legend, they're not just defined by who made them, they're also defined by who took over. So, you know, that's exciting. Like, it's always a big... Like, he is a legend to me, but at the same time, I can't say I'm not utterly annoyed whenever I experience his stories, because he is clearly burned up in his
You don't like a story
soul.
that starts off with, okay, I entered a room and there was this pile of cocaine?
I think this is what his.
I'm kind of more like it's the just consistent theme of everyone uniting together. It's the consistent theme of good guy versus bad guy, but then a bigger bad guy comes, and it's the consistent early he couldn't write a proper romance for his life, but he still adds, you know. Will they or won't they? Hint, they never won't when it's Metzen. And it's like, just find someone that can actually make these kind of relations believable.
Or just write another story, man.
Oh, come on. They're probably going to revisit the was a good guy, now is a bad guy.
Yeah, we haven't had that in a while.
Yeah. I mean, but now we're looking at Jaina probably being the new bad guy. You know, what's it gonna be? Fucking raid on Dalaran? Oh wait, no, you can't do that because that's your fucking zone. But still, you get what I'm saying.
Small update on.
It's like, what are we gonna do with Andrin? Well, apparently nothing. Even though you literally spent the entire pre-stories on setting him up as something huge, and he's done literally nothing as far as the actual.
Wouldn't it be funny when they start releasing, you know, all the cutscene stuff for Anduin, he becomes like this overpowered badass that in Hearthstone they actually make Priest good again? Hold on, Tom. You said there was an update? Go.
Yeah, just a small one, because in Radu's post he also said, like, okay, it's a minor thing, but all players for the seasonal championships get the golden card back, and we get the power core card back, but this decision has been revoked, and all players now get the golden card back, which is fair.
This is way better than a prize pool.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you can,
oh
you
wow,
can
I get a
show
card
off.
back nobody else could fucking get. Yeah, I'll take that over fucking $5,000. Fuck
Yeah,
off.
they're not gonna add a prize pool, but
They're not
this
gonna.
is a small decision, and I mean,
It's one of those things they can make on a whim. I think adding
Yeah.
a prize pool is gonna take a little longer and
Yeah,
get
obviously.
a little harder to get
You
approval
can't
for.
buy
But
a monkey with a card back, and I know
You
that's what
cannot
RDU
do that. No.
He wants that monkey,
He
goddamn.
wants that monkey, man. But anyways, guys,
Right.
we're going to end the show here because we're just on time. Cover everything we wanted to talk about. Don't forget to follow all of us on social media. You can find Stefan at Sumadin, Tom at Matisse. You can find Chief at LG_the and myself at GG Nidra. You can find the show at ghostgamers.net/Hearthstone, as well as YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes by just searching for Ghost of Gamers. We will be back next Tuesday, 9 p.m.
Two
the
tournaments to talk
same
about.
time.
Oh, 3 actually.
3 actually. Yeah,
Redstone,
two,
Americas, and PGL.
two
Yeah,
tournaments
two
and-
you are gonna watch, and the third one is America's Championship.
Yeah, exactly. So
I got 2 monitors, a laptop, and a phone. I'm good.
Yeah, we all have this. It's not like restriction in technology. Is restriction in just giving a shit. That's my problem. It's I don't care about the American Championship at this point. But yeah, find the podcast.
I'm gonna watch it, man. I mean,
You're
people
the
are
real
complaining.
MVP.
I do, man. I'm carrying the news section anyway, so I'm gonna.
He's not wrong, by the way. No.
I am not wrong.
He's
No.
not wrong. No.
I've been busy.
I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming because you write nice features. I'm not gonna.
He's just
haven't
shitting
done that
on
for
me.
months.
Huh? No, I'm not shitting on you. No. We'll talk about it privately. What I'm talking about.
If
But
you know what I mean.
what? No.
No.
What?
Oh, wait. Did Nigel just become Shevik?
No. No. I hate you now. How
who
dare
Just
you?
now.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, just now for realsies.
No, but
anyway.
I'm gonna watch the America's Championship. Watch if storylines develop and
Oh,
if
yeah.
so I can tell the story correctly
Nobody-
and do my job as a journalist. You know,
Yeah.
like.
Just make sure you spell Muzzy God correctly.
Better do that.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh, by the
otherwise-
way, I like all 14 people who are watching this show right now. Go watch Muzzy stream. I've been doing it for the past week. It's fucked up my sleep schedule. I mean, he starts at like 2 a.m. Central European summertime, and it's horrible. But it's probably one of the most educative streams I've watched, and it's twitch.tv/MU/ZZZ5y. There we go.
By the way, you will also develop a little thing to where you will be going, "You're a loser" every 5 minutes by watching it.
Oh, he actually got like who is Muzzy? Somebody in chat's asked. Chief, off you go.
No,
Muzzy.
we're not going on promotion rant. We're not going on promotion rant. Chip is not getting any more screen time. This is it. This is the end, guys. The show must go on, but it will be next Tuesday. Until then, go watch Muzzy stream, obviously. See ya.
Damn right. Later.
Cheers.